Thanks for the intro, Emily. I really appreciate it. Good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing? Good. One of the things I love about the WaveMaker Awards is that every year we get to recognize people whose work has had an enormous impact, even if most people have never heard their name. Tonight, it is my privilege to recognize one of those people, Dany Davis. As a board member, of the Hudson River Watershed Alliance, this award is especially meaningful to me because I grew up in the Catskills watershed, along the Neversink River not far from the Neversink Reservoir. Growing up there, you quickly learn that the streams and the rivers around you are connected to something much larger. They are part of an incredible system that provides drinking water to millions of New Yorkers. As a kid, I was fascinated by it. Honestly, I still am. Now, I should admit, before preparing for tonight, I had never met Dany. Everything I know about him came from reading nomination letters. And what struck me wasn't just how accomplished he is, it was how consistently people described him. Different people, different organizations, different points in his career. Yet they all seem to be talking about the same person. A scientist who is deeply curious. A mentor who is genuinely invested in people. Someone who loves understanding how rivers work and is just as passionate about helping others understand them too. By the time I finished reading those nominations, I felt like I knew Dany a little bit. More importantly, I came away with a tremendous amount of respect and admiration for him. As a regional planner, I spent a lot of time thinking about systems. Communities are systems, transportation networks are systems, watersheds are systems. And one of the things I've learned is that most of the effective people are often the ones who will help us see connections that others overlook. That seems to be exactly what Dany has spent his career doing. Dany serves as Stream Studies Coordinator for New York City Department of Environmental Protection and has become one of the most respected voices in stream science throughout the Catskills and Hudson Valley. Most of us can look at a stream and appreciate that it's beautiful. Dany can look at the same stream and tell you where the sediment came from, where it's going, what happened during the last major storm, and probably what might happen during the next one. Over the course of his career, Dany has helped shape hundreds of projects that protect water quality, restore streams, and strengthen communities throughout the watershed. His research has advanced our understanding of how streams function, and his work has influenced restoration efforts across the region. But what stood out most to me wasn't the science, it was the people. Again and again and again, colleagues described Dany as a teacher, mentor, collaborator, and storyteller. People talked about the students he inspired, the young professionals he guided, and the countless partners he helped bring together around the shared understanding of watershed stewardship. One nominator described him as someone who pushes people to truly understand the work they're doing, not just complete it. The best projects aren't just about solving today's problems. They're about building understanding that lasts long after the project is finished. That philosophy seems to run through everything Dany has done. His work has improved water quality, it has strengthened restoration efforts, it has helped communities better understand the watersheds they depend on, and through mentoring and education, it will continue to have an impact for generations to come. That is what a WaveMaker looks like. It's not just a splash, it's a huge tsunami. That's Dany. So tonight, on behalf of the Hudson River Watershed Alliance, it is my honor to present the Watershed WaveMaker Award to Dany Davis. Please join me in congratulating and thanking him for his remarkable career of leadership, mentorship, public service, and dedication to protecting the waters that connect all of us. Now, I know Dany isn't here in person, but he will be joining us virtually, I believe, and his colleagues are here to accept the award. So Beth and Mark, would you come up to receive the award?
Thanks so much, Cody, and to Beth Reicheld and Mark Vian for accepting the award on Dany's behalf. Now, Dany is currently somewhere in Colorado, camping, which you'll hear, because he sent in an audio acceptance speech, and it's a little windy at the top of the mountain where he recorded it. So we're gonna give them, are you good? They're great. Dany also sent a series of about 5 photos, so I took the liberty of making a little montage for you all. So let's hear from Dany. Thanks, y'all.
Hi everyone, this is Dany Davis, and my gratitude for being one of the people to receive this year's WaveMaker Award. Since I cannot be there, I wrote what I would have liked to say to you in person. I am reading and recording this on May 31st at my camp on the peak in the Colorado Rockies, so you're going to hear a lot of wind as I try to get this across. I retired from New York City DEP on May 8th, and I am currently en route from the Rondout Creek Watershed and Hudson River Basin to the Resurrection River Watershed on the Kenai Peninsula of Alaska, where I have a home and sewer. After 39 years of living in the Rondout Creek Watershed along the Shongan Ridge, I'm finally returning to Alaska, where I lived prior to moving to the Rondout Valley with my family in 1987. My Rondout to Resurrection journey is all about visiting rivers and watersheds along the way, and when possible, connecting with the people who study, recreate with, live by, and steward these rivers. I've met so many rivers and people as I traversed from the Hudson River down to the New River in the Appalachians and the Current River in the Ozarks, both flowing in the Mississippi Basin, then on to the Jemez, San Juan, Animas, and Dolores rivers in the Colorado Basin, and now I'm back in the Mississippi Basin as I visit some of the Missouri River headwater streams draining the eastern Rocky Mountains in Colorado. While I'm loving this opportunity to meet new rivers and river people, I'm profoundly missing the Hudson, or Mehicantuck as I will call the river. Thank you to those that nominated me for the WaveMaker Award, and for the committee that decided I was worthy of it. I'm humbled by the recognition of my work in advancing a scientific framework for informing stream management to reduce turbidity in the Esopus Creek watershed, for loving the storytelling component of extending the science to as many people as I can, and for my work with college and university students that studied with me over the past 2 to 3 decades. I want to accept this award on behalf of the fantastic program I had the privilege to be a part of since 1999, New York City DEP's Stream Management Program. I'm just one of a long and continuing line of many that work to advance progressive stream management in the Catskills. We have not done this alone. The Stream Management Program relies on the work of our Greene, Ulster, Sullivan, and Delaware County agency partners to deliver the program, and federal agency partners to advance the science, which is the work that I have been most involved with. In the mid-2000s, I worked on the Esopus Creek Management Plan with Cornell Cooperative Extension of Ulster County, and with Dr. Craig Fishner and others from the U.S. Army Corps Engineer Research and Development Center based in Vicksburg, Mississippi. Together, we conducted the first fluvial geomorphic assessment of Upper Esopus Creek. And for the past 12 years, I have been working with the amazing cadre of U.S. Geological Survey scientists who have been working on the Esopus Creek turbidity monitoring study. Together, we have developed and implemented a study that is getting national and international recognition for the intensively monitored watershed work we are doing and the wide-ranging analyses we can do with the data. With 29 stream monitoring stations continuously collecting stream flow and or turbidity for 10 years, the Upper Esopus Creek, and especially Stony Clove Creek, is one, if not the most, intensively monitored watersheds in North America for stream flow and turbidity. The results of that study will be out for all to read in 2027. It is hard for me to separate my joy in being a perpetual student of mountain streams and my pleasure in mentoring and helping other students I've worked with over the years. Learning and teaching are one for me. The Stream Management Program has been hosting a summer intern program for Ulster County community college students since 1996. The SUNY Ulster Watershed Conservation Corps, as it is known, has supported the Stream Management Program research agenda since its beginning, and many students have gone on to be professionals in this field, and I've had the pleasure of working with them in this capacity. Our Esopus turbidity study would not have the critical geomorphic and geologic data we need without the great work of the WCC under the leadership of talented and highly skilled coordinators. We've also collaborated with SUNY New Paltz, SUNY Binghamton, SUNY Oneonta, Cornell University, and most recently University of Vermont, to host and support undergraduate and graduate students as well as postdocs that could use the Esopus watershed as a field lab to inform their research, support our research, and take our data to places we never expected when we first set out on this mission to investigate what drives, supplies, and controls turbidity production in Catskill streams. The work these students and postdoctoral researchers have done since the early 2000s has gone far beyond my contributions. The Hudson Valley SEA Corps provided us the opportunity to work with some fabulous young people in the transition from their undergraduate degrees to the next steps in their lives. I just had the wonderful experience of meeting up with two of them in Fort Collins, Colorado. Dr. Susanna Irwin O'Brien worked with me in 2005 on the Surface Creek assessment and is now lead hydrologist and sediment transport specialist for the National Park Service. And Dr. Sarah Hinshaw, now Fancher, worked with me in 2016 to revise the Catskill Bankful regional curves and is now helping establish a startup venture based out of University of Washington to advance novel techniques in wetland and river restoration. My primary role in all of this work has not only been to be a professional stream wader and riverscape reader, but more importantly to be a facilitator bringing this diverse and talented group of students, professionals and scientists into a focused effort to improve our understanding of Catskill streams and how they influence the drinking water quality that is delivered to more than 9 million people, and how we can influence that water quality with stream management practices. I'm forever grateful for being given the opportunity to do this work and for New York City DEP's support in pursuing this mission. Finally, I want to say that while I appreciate this award's recognition of my work and the work of those that have helped me in this mission, I am most pleased to receive this award because of my relationship with the Mehicantuck. I have kayaked every reach from Troy to Manhattan, some many, many times, and have spent quite a bit of time in the headwaters of the Hudson, or Mehicantuck, and have several reaches that are among my favorite stretches of river I have ever known. This river that flows in two directions became even more important to me as I explored my own two-spirited, non-binary gender nature. From 2012 to 2018, I lived as a trans woman after 48 years of living as a male. All my life, I felt the tidal push and pull of my non-binary nature, and for 6 years, I let go of the resistance to this force and found that I can flow in both directions. It was during this time that I developed my relationship with the river through paddling. I have since chosen to flow forward, primarily expressing myself as male, yet I'm always mindful of the ebb and flow of my gender. I will carry this Mehicantuck experience with me, and am so grateful to the river for what I have been given. An acceptance of who I am, and a joy in feeling the push and pull and the flow of life. Thank you for this honor.